Welcome back everyone, Blade here, and welcome to another video of Raid Shadow Legends. Inside today's video, guys, we're going to be going ahead and doing the Ezio showcase, or more likely just talking about the man Ezio himself here, seeing that I finally got him. Now, technically, he's been on my account for a few days now, and even on my last account, I had him for a few days, and I was going to come out with the video. But as many of you guys do know, my PC ended up getting reset and I had the factory reset it as well. So we had to get up a lot of more stuff for this dude to actually be functional again. So we're going to be going over him, exactly what he does, where he excels at, and then just showing off some of his moves. If you guys are interested, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really does help me out quite a lot. And if you want to go on a journey alongside of me on at least Raid Shadow Legends as well, be sure to hit that link down below in our description here. You should get several different epics, as well as the legendary being Tholen Foulbeard, this character right here, which is always going to help you out in progression. But if you really want to know in depth what you're going to get, pay attention to this little video right next. Before we continue with the video, be sure to support my channel by clicking the link in the description and starting a new Raid Shadow Legends account. You'll also get $200 worth of free goodies, a legendary champion, as well as 4 awesome epics as you level up. Make sure to use the code Desert Queen as well to get another legendary if you do want to. And this helps out not only just me, but the channel a lot. So be sure to click that link and join me in Raid now. All right, and with that out the way here, we're going to go ahead and talk more about the man Ezio himself here. Now, Ezio is a very interesting character. He came into the game, I want to say about 2 weeks ago here, maybe a week ago, and it brought in a lot of different players as well as a lot of characters as part of his collaboration. Now, this whole thing has been going on for quite some time. Just by logging in, you can immediately get the character, and then pretty much by, okay, move out of the way, Pax. Pretty much by just going ahead and playing the game here and doing everything you want, you're able to fully red start this character, meaning he is going to be insanely strong here. They also give you a lot of things for him, being his accessories, to make him even stronger. So I've been trying to get him up, and finally I think I'm in a decent enough spot to try and explain exactly what he can do. And we even do have one of his relics that you guys will want to have on this character to really help you out as well. So we're going to go ahead and go over him. So for the character himself, we haven't really checked out too much on his actual gear sets here. I have him just mainly with the right substats as well, or mainly with the right main stats here. As many of you guys know, or maybe if you don't know, if you're starting on Raid here, you of course want to have some crit rate hands. You want to have at least a good attack percent chest plate, and then some speed boots, speed being the most important thing on this guy. But where he actually starts to be really cool is going to go down to his skills. Now, this character excels highly in PvP, but he's also an insanely good PvE character as well. And all of it is pretty good to see. He's able to, of course, take down defense decreases. And if he has a buff like a Veil, much like, of course, Xenomorph that we talked about him as well, if he ends up having a Veil or a perfect Veil buff here, pretty much you cannot resist this debuff. So anytime he's in that little stance, he's not only dealing that damage to you, but he has a guaranteed debuff that he's placing on you immediately. What if he doesn't have the Veil? Obviously he will have a percent chance to do this, but it's still pretty darn good. And as you can see, the level ups go up, you get more buff and debuff chances while also buffing up your damage. Pretty darn cool to say the least. The same can be said with his second skill, which this one acts more of a poison itself, but it also acts as a reactive bomb. And what I mean by this is you're able to, of course, put these debuffs that are going to be poison on the enemy, but these poisons can actually be what's it called, detonated later down on the line if you end up placing a bomb. Now, it does say if the enemies are under any stone skin buffs here, he does have a chance of proccing this said bomb debuff, in which can detonate after a couple turns here. And that's always going to be a great thing to see. But if they're under the stone skin debuff, and if he's under the perfect veil here, he actually is able to make the bomb detonate a little bit quicker, making him deal some crazy high tier damage bonus here. And that's going to be absolutely amazing to have as we end up leveling him up, which, as you guys can see, I don't have anything on him leveled up just yet because getting these books seem very hard to get now. But by going ahead and getting these books here, you can level them up, get the damage increase, get the buff slash debuff increase here, while also decreasing the cooldown by 1. So that means you're going to be able to do this even faster and pretty much just blitz down your enemies. Of course, we then have the other skill, which is called Hidden Gun, which is actually one of my favorite ones because it ignores defense. And I'm unsure if it does stack yet, because I do have a set on him that will eventually ignore defense as well. I'm unsure if this stacks, so anyone, if they can tell me, let me know. But it will ignore about 35% of defense as well as shield and strengthen buffs. So it's going to be pretty darn cool to actually see the raw damage that you're able to get out of this character. And alongside of this, just by using it here, he's able to even steal buffs from the target. And this is something that cannot be resisted whatsoever as long as he's under the Veil or Perfect Veil status buff. So, I mean, the character has a lot going for him. He's dealing damage. He's able to get past your defenses. He's able to steal your buffs. He's able to detonate and deal some burst damage as well. And it's pretty darn cool to see a character like this kind of prevail, especially when it does come down to at least everyday usage and seeing that the character was, hey, given for free. So, I mean, like, hey, we love free. We love that. Then we have, of course, the passive here. Whenever an enemy HP drops below 25% after receiving damage from any assassin, they will then receive additional bonus damage proportion to the champion's attack. And this also damage will ignore 100% of the target's defense, though it cannot be critical. Now, the good part about this here, any mob that goes under 25%, they're pretty much getting cooked. If he hits them, it's immediately going to allow him to deal way more damage, and it ignores all of their defense. So it doesn't matter what move he uses. If they're under that 25% chance there, immediately he's cooking them. So I mean, like, that's immediately awesome to see here. And that's just in his passive. And then, of course, if you end up getting the other passive here, we have the full synchronization here. And what this does, it allows him to start with a perfect veil for at least 2 turns, which is great because that means you cannot get rid of him for 2 whole turns. That means you're going to be taking the guaranteed defense down. You're going to take any of those moves that he used beforehand that I explained immediately, and you can't do anything about it. Now, of course, whenever the champion is about to receive damage that exceeds 50% of his max HP, he then has a good chance of decreasing the damage to received to 0. So instead of him actually going ahead and taking that said damage, he can make it 0, and he has a good chance of also counterattacking. So the guy does a little bit of everything, and I haven't even gotten to blessings because I haven't even gotten him up to that point just yet. But still, he has a little bit of everything in his arsenal, and dude, you can make him to be the ultimate just destroyer here. Now, currently, I have him on a nuker set, which is going to be with the, what is it called? The masteries themselves. I have offensive / support here, and this is more likely going to be like the thing that you really want to have here for the character. Well, I mean, I guess this one's more of a PvE bossing set here more than anything. I guess the nuker set, if I'm being dead honest, it probably would be my defensive set, which I am tempted to do because the character himself is dishing out a ton of damage very quickly, to a point that I do feel like him being a nuker might be worth it. So whoever can tell me down below in the comment section, would it be better to go with the offensive and defense to really just try to follow a nuker path line, which would most likely be like these ones here, going all the way down to this one as well? Or would it be better just to stick with the set that I have on right now, which is going to be a PvE mastery side, kind of him doing a little bit of good for PvP, PvE, anything like waves and bosses, which I think that's going to be pretty darn cool. But honestly, have him on the waves and bosses set, not really bad. He actually still does a lot of damage. And then along with the relic here, which is one of his recommended relics, I also have this one on here. And you're able to actually craft this one. Now, this is from anything that you're able to craft it from. I happen to get it for the legendary side here. And what this ends up helping me with is when the wearer has a 25% chance to reflect stun, sleep, fear, true fear, freeze, provoke, petrification, and sheep debuffs back to the producer. So even though we have the counterattack abilities and stuff like that, we technically have a counter to some of their debuffs as well. So there's a good chance that we don't get any of those debuffs, which is always going to be great, seeing that, hey, we can probably get away with some nice movement here. But we're going to have to, of course, get some more of the gemstones. I don't have many of these dudes just yet, so I'm going to have to come back at a later date when it does come down to this. Heck, I haven't even leveled this up yet. So, like, there's a lot of things that are going on just yet. I don't know if there is a higher rarity than the 3-star. So if there really is, that would be great. I'll try to do some more looking around here, but I don't think there is, especially when I was looking at it earlier. Oh, no, there's a 4-star, so that's mythical. So I'm guessing for now, it's pretty dang good. If you guys do want to, of course, check it out, that's going to be awesome. But it's definitely one of the things that I feel like is great for him to use for now, at least. So if you can, if you do have the relic, be sure to use it. It's going to be freaking great for you. It's going to help you out a lot. But we've explained everything that we need to explain right now. You guys can kind of see my total stats when it does come down to the character. I do feel like he's probably one of my best built ones, even including what's it called, Tholen here. You can obviously see who reacts a lot better here. So yeah, we're obviously going to see exactly what happens. We're going to see what we can do and see what we can get away with. But first things first, let's do a little bit of PvP just to show off the character here. Obviously, we're not going to be facing the strongest opponents. Heck, I'm going to be searching for the lowest opponents, if anything, because I don't want to get freaking just scrapped up. But I at least want to be able to show you guys exactly what the character can do. So if we click something like this here, and I'm make sure it doesn't start on auto, I'll place him in the front, even though technically the attack is better. You know, I'll just keep Tholen in the front here, and we'll be able to showcase what we want to showcase here. But let's see. Let's use this as a little speed 1. Let the auto do its thing real quick, because I need to make sure that we're able to get it. But then we have the first moves here. Now you have a couple things that you're able to do for the guy, or at least for Ezio himself. I don't think there is really a what is it called? There is a circulation to what skills you want to really use first here. Just do keep in mind that whenever you're under the Veil status, which is only for the 2 turns here, you are guaranteeing yourself this debuff. So what I would probably end up doing is I want to guarantee myself to easily place these bombs on everybody here. So I would probably use this one, being Da Vinci's here. And this one obviously puts the poison on them, ignoring some damage and allowing us to actually start placing a lot more of that lovely debuff on them. So when we actually do need to explode the damage, we're able to explode the damage. Now, granted, they're going to end up dying. So that was just one of the first things that you can see. But if they end up living, they end up getting exploded, and you guys can know what happens from there. And it most likely dies. Now, seeing we are under the Veil here, there's a different way we can go about this. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and press this here. Unpress it real quick. And since we're under our Veil, we could also use our skill 1. Now, skill 1 is allowing us to decrease the enemy's defense. The only reason why I wouldn't use this probably first, or is I wouldn't use it in PvP first if I'm holding it, is because it's only on one enemy. While I could just use this to really like target down, let's say Ninja here, let's target him down and get obviously a debuff on him. If he didn't have high enough stats, then that would be the play to go with. But unfortunately, we didn't get that. We didn't actually have that at that point in time, so we weren't really taking the utmost advantage. While I would rather just do that, because Mikey over here is going to live for a while, unless, of course, we're able to break past his defense. But the good part is he has that debuff on him. So eventually, that debuff is going to get triggered, unless he just dies early. But debuff is going to get triggered, and then he's going to end up dying. But our teammates ended up killing them off anyways, which gave us a decent little hit. Now, I'm just going to kill this because, hey, that's just easy eats here. And then obviously we have the other skill, which is the Hidden Gun. Now, Hidden Gun, this one is the one that pretty much go past any defenses. So if there is a defensive move here, he's just going to straight up say no to that and ignore that defense here, which is always going to be great. So we were able to do this here. Click the little button, click on them. Boom, takes that out, and obviously you see how much damage I can easily do. But once again, that was a rare hero, so it is granted to deal a decent bit more damage to them. I'm probably going to do this match here, even though I might lose, but hey, who cares? We're going to give it a shot anyways later down the line, which is always going to be great. And then we still have one more attack one, which is going to be the Everything is Permitted. That is our passive itself, but that only is going to come in handy if you are if they're at 25%. Now, granted, it doesn't deal the most damage, of course, or is not the most helpful thing to see, but it is pretty darn nice to still use. Your main thing that you're going to end up using on this whole set is just going to be like his Hidden Gun, if I'm right, because his Hidden Gun has the hugest multiplier, or the biggest multiplier on the team here, that's going to allow you to deal some crazy damage. But we're going to try to take this on. I'm pretty sure we're going to end up losing it because we are outpowered by a lot here. And I'm pretty sure they outgear us. But hey, who knows? Ezio might come in clutch. We might be able to do a little something and see if we can end up winning this here. And actually, yeah, it looks like we were able to easily do that. He's putting all these strength and buffs and stuff on. We used Hidden Gun on Wukong, so obviously it didn't really kill him. But still, pretty darn decent. If I'm right, he can't res again right now. So all I have to do is hope that my other dudes live. Oh, okay, never mind. Wukong just says he's back again, bro. I thought homie was done. No, he's like, I'm coming back for this one. And we actually have a high probability of losing this if honestly we can't kill this dude here, who seems to be a very huge nuisance on this. I'm guessing Wukong has just a passive of rezzing, but now we killed the main one there. We can easily just pick off Wukong here. And oh my god, okay, Dolan. Dolan just strutting that he can easily do things better than anyone right there, which obviously you can see how much damage Ezio is able to immediately perform, which is actually kind of cool because the amount of damage he can get off just based off all the debuffs, based off all the what is it called, the ignore defense, it really can show itself. It didn't seem like he attacked a ton of times, but he honestly did, and he did way more than enough to take down that enemy, which is pretty darn cool. But I do think the character himself is a very awesome character, to say the least. And seeing that we do get the character for free, it makes a lot of things really darn cool. So, I mean, like, I like that. I like that a lot, to at least see it. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. If you guys did enjoy, please do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really does help me out quite a lot here. Once again, if you want to have an account here and start your journey alongside of mine here, be sure to use my code down below. It will help you out quite a lot. I actually need to reset this because I freaking messed up and leveled up a couple people in there. But what's it called? Be sure to use my code down below. You're getting yourself a lot of different epics, as well as a Lego or two, which is going to be Tholen. And if you use the code Desert Queen, you're also getting Hanarak. Sorry, to Hanarak. Now, she is another really good character for a lot of you guys. You're going to see her once again in the ad at the very end. So please do look at it as well and sign up if you really want to play. But peace out, you guys. Be sure to support my channel by clicking the link in the description and starting a new Raid Shadow Legends account. You'll also get $200 worth of free goodies, a legendary champion, as well as 4 awesome epics as you level up. Make sure to use the code Desert Queen as well to get another legendary if you do want to. And this helps out not only just me, but the channel a lot. So be sure to click that link and join me in Raid now. I appreciate all you guys, and peace out.